So, yeah, obviously I'm Hayley from Foundation Podiatry in Christine. So we've sort of worked with you guys without really knowing a lot of this for a while, sort of thing. So I thought it was a good idea to come and meet everyone. So as podiatrists, we probably do treat a little bit different to other podiatrists. So I was just saying before, myself, I'm all biomech now, which is good, none of the general stuff, and that's just a small part of what we do. So we sort of, I suppose, invest more in the other sides of podiatry, so that we've got some good equipment and stuff. So what we have is force plates, which Jackie would have seen, I think, yeah. Which I find really helpful in explaining to patients what's happening. So we'll get them walking across the force plates and videotape them. So then we can sort of frame by frame show them what's happening, like if their foot's collapsing, that's causing the internal rotation of the knee or something. Because I find people tend to be a bit more compliant if they can piece them all together and understand why. And then with the force plates, it helps us see high pressure areas, so you can see where they're engaging their big toe joint as they're toeing off, or using what we call low gear. You can make you look further for leg length difference that you may not have picked up prior to that, just from the shift of weight and stuff like that. Yeah, so every new patient that comes in has a new biomechanical assessment done where they go across the force plate and have everything sort of explained, and we go from there with the treatment. And we've just got a new treadmill in now as well, which is a force plate treadmill. So we're starting to do more specific running gait assessments, which is pretty cool. So we can see, it shows like how long they're spending on each foot, and you can see the difference when they're in shoes or bare feet or different types of shoes, that sort of stuff. So that's a new thing I'm embarking on, and I've done more courses, and I go again to Melbourne this weekend for another running course. So it's probably not typically what a normal podiatrist would do, it's more of my interest sort of thing.
Hayley, is the running course podiatry specific?
It's run by a podiatrist, but it's for everyone. Yeah. So I did this guy's Strong Feet course, which was sort of a barefoot integration course, and there was podiatrists, but it goes against the grain of what a lot of podiatrists would think. And then there was a couple of physios, exercise phys, my therapist, that sort of thing, and even just CrossFit people and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was quite good, and this is a group who's formed out of that to do the running one. Yeah, so I think maybe our assessments are a little bit more explanatory than maybe elsewhere, and then from there we do quite a few different types of treatments. So orthotics are only one thing that we do, and we don't tend to try and jump to that straight away. So if we do orthotics, it's made out of a softer rubber material, unless it's for a really severely collapsed foot. Then we will use the old school rigid, stronger orthotic. So in my mind, that's generally contraindicated because the foot is a shock absorber for the body. You want the foot to have forgiveness when you're walking and to be able to sort of feel the ground and whatever. So putting a really strong, rigid material underneath, especially if they're low body weight and that sort of thing, is not great. But the only time we really do use it is about stage 2 or 3 post-tib tendon dysfunction. So if they've got a really collapsed foot on one side, they can't do a single leg raise, post-tib's on its way out, you need to act really quickly. So that's probably the only part, or one part of where I get a bit disgruntled with maybe physios in town and doctors, and that is not jumping on that post-tib stuff soon enough. So if they're generally a 50-year-old lady, they're overweight, they've got a hot swollen ankle and a collapsed foot, you're a really small time frame of saving that tendon. And as podiatrists, we tend to get the chronic stuff, we get it after it's been everywhere else. So if you do see something like that, just heap a strapping or boot straight away and off to a podiatrist to have the load taken off the tendon.
Do you find those patients are usually ones that have tried to go boot camping or something when they do normally, or what usually predisposes them?
So it can be, so they'll normally have crappy feet to start with. To get a severe post-tib tendon dysfunction, you've got to have crappy feet. And then, they may have increased their load, started boot camp or something. Often it's in the unhealthier 60-year-old lady who's overweight, so the ones that they get those tendon injuries, diabetics, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So just because of all their comorbidities, it's just so much harder to treat right away anyway. Yeah. So, and I find we've got to put them in a bigger orthotic with a big medial flare, really strong shoe, and often we reduce their pain by maybe 50%, hardly ever get it down to 0.
And how long would you have them in that for?
A long time. So with the post-tib tendon, where he wraps around underneath the ankle bone, it sort of does a twist there, so that's its weakest point. So doing all the foot strengthening exercises is important and excellent, but like say if they're doing a calf raise from that collapsed position and the tendon's on that, it's like a force length curve, the tendon's on maximum stretch, it's nowhere near as efficient. So you want to get it into the right length and then go from there.
What are their biggest complaints when it comes to that?
So they'll get pain and swelling around here. They might get some tarsal tunnel nervy pain. Then, so that's to start with, and then they get that really apropulsive gait and they can't toe off. And then long-term mid-foot osteoarthritis, because they'll get the arch collapse in the transverse plane deformity. And then, it's quite tricky. So they're probably the ones that need to, that I think, I wish that had come to us sooner. I'm not saying it's at all from you guys, but So that's orthotics. We do like a bit of needling and mobilisation and probably treat more similarly to physios than other podiatrists, I'd like to think. But where I've probably changed my line of thought in the last 12 months is by doing these different courses